Alright, so sorry for my, I don't know, bad lighting, and if I look like crap. I just got off work and I'm tired and it's late. But I wanted to do a hopefully quick review on Spirit Airlines. So Spirit Airlines kind of gets a lot of bad rap, bad publicity, and they just kind of get a bad rap. But I actually really like the airline, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of why, and why I think their negative reputation is kind of unfair. Spirit Airlines is a budget airline. They are very cheap, and they don't try to hide this from you. They're very clear on what you'll be charged for. If you familiarize yourself with their website. Sorry if I can't talk. My job involves a lot of talking, and sometimes by this point I can't talk anymore. Anyway, if you are flying Spirit, check out their website, read the thing, and then you'll know their rules and regulations. I've only ever flown Spirit. I haven't flown very much, but Spirit is the only airline I've ever flown, so maybe it's harder to compare it to other experiences because I haven't had any experiences with another airline, but I found it very satisfactory. Spirit Airlines does charge for bags, but you are allowed one personal item, and that personal item is a bag. I believe the dimensions are 16 by 14 by 12, but I'm not quite positive, but thereabouts. They will not measure your bag. As long as it fits under the seat in front of you, they're fine. That's one bag. So if you're bringing a purse or a laptop, that needs to be stored inside of your one personal item. You cannot bring it separately. And that is good information to know. You know, people have said that they give bad customer service. I've never had that experience. And I think they have excellent customer service, to be honest, from what I've dealt with. Like I said, obviously different people have different experiences, but in my experience, it has been very good. And I flew with them the first time I ever actually flew. So that was a frightening experience, but exciting. And they were all very friendly and helpful, and good people to deal with. Hold on, that's my cat. Anyway. Here, miss. Come here. Hey, baby. Come say hi. Say hi. He's so cute. My baby. He's purring. Anyway, I'll stop talking about cats. Anyway, so we have Spirit Airlines. They are, sorry, my camera's like falling. That's better. Okay. Kinda. So that's the thing with the bag. If you would like to bring a carry-on, they will, here's the thing with the carry-ons. If you haven't checked it in ahead of time and paid for it, and your bag is too big, they will charge you $100 at the gate. And obviously you're going to pay that or you're going to miss your flight. The thing is, if you pay for that bag ahead of time, it's only $50 each way as opposed to $100 each way. And now $50 is a lot of money for a carry-on bag, especially if you're bringing a checked bag as well. However, if you factor that in with how cheap Spirit's flights are compared to other airlines, you're probably paying less still. Not necessarily. Obviously, that depends on your destination and, how much you need to bring with you, how long you're staying, all of that. But in general, it probably is going to be cheaper still if you take the time to make sure your bag is checked. Also, with Spirit, they charge you per seat. So if you want to pick your seat, like if you're flying with a friend, or if you just like the window seat and you want to pick that seat, it's going to be $5 to $15 extra to be an average. Most of the time, I've seen the seats are around $8. Obviously, it depends on where you're sitting. $8 to $12 is my average price. However, if you choose a seat randomly, if you let Spirit assign you the seat, basically, it's free. So that's another way to save money with them. And chances are you will end up sitting next to whoever else you're going with. I went round trip with a colleague of mine on business, and we were sat together on both trips. So chances are you will be with, whoever else you're traveling with. So if that's an issue of concern, it's quite likely that you'll be with the other person. Hold on, I'm really thirsty. Anyway, so that's not a big issue of concern, and it's another way to save money with them. They do not provide any kind of snacks. If you want water, you have to pay for it, and they do not accept cash. Spirit, again, they tell you all of this information. It's funny because I've heard some negative reviews on the web and actually in person. Now, obviously, people don't give reviews in person necessarily, but their opinions were very negative about Spirit. You know, for issues of the bag and all these things they charge for. But really, what is the big deal? They tell you this stuff. If they didn't tell you, I would understand and I could see being upset. But they make this very clear. They tell you our flights are so cheap because we charge for everything else. They don't say it in those exact words, but they're still very blunt. This is the facts. This is what we charge for. If you don't like it, don't fly us. And it's not really a big deal. Who likes airline food anyway? Just bring your own. It's not that difficult. I know some flights are longer and, you know, it's going to be more difficult. But, you know, in general, I'd rather just deal with it personally and save the money. Plus, again, airline food is not very good. Of course, all their stuff is overpriced. So once you're in the air, if you want, like, a soda, for instance, it might be $4 for a soda. But, again, just bring your own snacks and you'll be fine. And the thing with, like, water, what I'll do is I get these collapsible. I don't know what I did with it, but it's around here somewhere. I'll show it. I'm going to do a, what I'm bringing in my carry-on when I travel, because I am traveling with Spirit, in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to do a video on that, so you'll see it in there. But I get these collapsible water bottles, so they fold down. It's like it's still plastic, but it's so thin and flexible that you can actually fold the water bottle up. So those are really practical, and you can bring the empty water bottle through security and then fill it up immediately after, and then you're good to go. And obviously you can bring whatever snacks you want. So that's my thing with food and drink. And it's not a big deal. Now, in the aircrafts themselves, told you I can't talk. They're not luxurious. They're basic. They reminded me of a bus. Maybe cleaner and with non-creepy people, but a bus. And in fact, some of them are called the Airbus. They will have advertisements on the upper things. I don't know what they're called. The things where you stow your bags. Yeah. Anyway, they'll have advertisements there a lot of the time. And they will... There's no TVs, the seats are small, and they can be a little bit dingy. They're clean, relatively, but they're nothing special, and certainly nothing, you know, dingy. Sometimes they are dirty, too. I've seen them dirty. Not filthy by any means, but nothing, you know, this is not luxury here, so don't expect anything spectacular. But you get what you pay for. You pay for a cheap flight. You can get... I'm flying to Boston, and my flight will be approximately $300 for a round trip. So that's a pretty good price. And you can get it cheaper than that. Like, if I were flying at an earlier time of day, I could get the flight cheaper even. So, that's, you know, you get what you pay for. And that's fine with me. You know what you're paying for. So I think Spirit is a really good airline for business trips or weekend trips. Maybe not so much if you're going out of the country or somewhere far away. If you're going somewhere closer, definitely really good. Because I could see if you have to be on this plane for, you know, 14 hours or something, you're going to be uncomfortable. The seats don't recline, and they're small. There's no TVs. But that's not really a big issue to me. I'm just happy enough to look out the window or read a book, to be honest. But not everybody is. So there are issues to consider with that. But, like I said, I don't find it an issue. The issue, too, is if you're traveling a longer distance or you're leaving for an extended amount of time, the bags can be more of an issue in that case, where you need to bring more stuff with you. However, I've gone on weekend trips, and it's fine. The bag size is still a decent sized bag. You know, like the backpacks like that you carry in middle school or high school, that size is about acceptable. That's a decent sized bag. You can bring plenty of stuff in there, and you'll see when I do my packing video, I can fit plenty of things for a weekend getaway in that bag, and, you know, have plenty of space. It's not difficult, especially if you pack smart. Do not wait till the last minute to print your boarding pass. Don't go up to the front desk to print your boarding pass if you're flying Spirit. You want to either print it at home, or they have these little computers right in front of the front desk, and the front desk people will even help you do it, and you can just print it there. So on your way back, that's where you print it. But if you go up to the front desk and have them print it for you, they will charge you. Be aware of that. Read Spirit's website. That's my #1 tip if you're flying Spirit. They are a wonderful airline. I love flying Spirit because of the prices, and I know what to expect with them, and I've never had a bad experience because I read the website, and I know what they charge for it. I know their policies, and it's not an issue. I flew with the colleague of mine that I flew with did not know they charge you for a boarding pass, and I told her that, and then we avoided that fee because I had read the website. She hadn't. Had she not been with me and known that information, well, she might have been upset with the airline, but that would have been her fault. Read the website. It's not that difficult. They tell you everything you need to know, so that's my #1 tip. And if you read the website, you know all of their rules, regulations, and fees, you'll be fine, and you'll have a great time flying Spirit and a great experience. So that is my experience and my tips flying Spirit, and I highly recommend the airline. Just do your research, and you'll have a great time. So thank you all for watching this video, and please subscribe if you liked it, and I will talk to you later.